Welcome to ancient Rome, a city of emperors, gladiators, and engineering marvels. But forget the grandeur you see in movies. Your day begins not with a gentle alarm, but with the cacophony of a bustling, overcrowded city. The sun barely peeks over the horizon, yet the streets are already alive with noise. Merchants hawk their wares, carts rumble over cobblestones, and the shouts of laborers fill the air. Your bed is a hard, uncomfortable pallet in a cramped insula, a multi-story apartment building. These buildings were often poorly constructed, prone to collapse and fire hazards. Privacy is a luxury you cannot afford. Your entire family, and perhaps even extended relatives, share a single room. There is no running water in your apartment, no private latrine. To relieve yourself, you must venture out into the dimly lit streets. Public latrines are your only option, and they are not for the faint of heart. Imagine a long bench with holes shared by dozens of strangers. There are no stalls, no dividers, just communal relief with an overpowering smell of human waste and stagnant water. Below the benches, a constant stream of water flows, carrying away the waste. But this water is often from the city's aqueducts, meant for drinking, now repurposed. For wiping, you might use a tersorium, a sponge on stick. This sponge is shared among all users, rinsed in the flowing water, and disease spreads rapidly in such conditions. After this unpleasant start, you might seek out a public fountain for water. This water, though from aqueducts, can still be contaminated, and many Romans suffered from lead poisoning due to lead pipes. Your breakfast is a simple, often meager affair, perhaps a piece of bread, dipped in wine or olive oil, maybe some olives or dried fruit if you are lucky. Meat is a rare treat for the common Roman, expensive and reserved for special occasions. Your diet is largely grain-based, with porridge being a staple that is often coarse and unappetizing. There is no coffee, no tea, no sugary pastries. Your drink is water, or more commonly, watered-down wine. Even children drink wine, as it is often safer than the water. After your quick meal, it is time to face the Roman streets. They are narrow, crowded, and chaotic, with traffic jams common as carts and pedestrians vie for space. The noise is incessant, a constant din of shouting, clattering, and animal sounds. Rubbish is often thrown into the streets from upper-story windows, and you must constantly watch your step to avoid waste and debris. Crime is rampant, especially in the poorer districts. Pickpockets and muggers lurk in the shadows, making your journey to work a perilous one. Most Romans work from dawn until noon. There is no weekend as we know it. Work is a constant, demanding part of life. If you are a laborer, your work is physically exhausting. You might be building roads, moving goods, or working in the fields with rudimentary tools and back-breaking labor. There are no safety regulations, no protective gear. Injuries are common, and medical care is primitive. If you are a craftsman, you work long hours in a small shop. The air is often filled with dust, smoke, and noxious fumes, while your eyes strain in the dim light and your hands ache from repetitive tasks. Women often work alongside men, or manage the household. They might spin wool, weave cloth, or prepare food. But childbirth is dangerous, and infant mortality rates are high. Children begin working at a young age, contributing to the family income. There is no formal education for most, and their childhood is short, replaced by the demands of survival. Lunch is a quick affair, often eaten at a street stall. It might be more bread, some cheese, or a few vegetables. Then it is back to work, until the afternoon heat becomes unbearable. In the afternoon, many Romans head to the public baths. This is not just for hygiene, but also for socializing, though the baths are crowded, noisy, and often unsanitary. You move through various rooms, from hot to cold. You might scrape your skin with a strigil, a curved metal tool that removes dirt, sweat, and oil. But the water is often shared, and diseases can spread easily. After the baths, you might attend a public spectacle. Gladiatorial games are popular, brutal, and bloody. Chariot races are equally thrilling and dangerous. These events are a distraction from the harsh realities of life. They are a way for the emperors to keep the populace entertained. Dinner, or cena, is the main meal of the day. For the poor, it is another simple meal of porridge, bread, and vegetables. For the wealthy, it is a lavish banquet with many courses, but you are not wealthy. Your evening is spent in your cramped insula. The air is thick with the smell of cooking, unwashed bodies, and sewage. Fires are a constant threat in these wooden buildings. Many Romans sleep on the floor or on simple straw mattresses. There is no escape from the noise of the city. Even at night, the streets are alive with activity. Watchmen patrol, revelers stumble home, and criminals ply their trade. Disease is a constant companion. Plagues sweep through the city regularly, decimating the population. Medical knowledge is limited, and treatments are often ineffective. Superstition and folk remedies are common. Life expectancy is low, especially for the poor. Many do not live past their 30s or 40s. Child mortality is incredibly high. Infants and young children are particularly vulnerable to disease. Hygiene is poor. Even with the public baths, personal cleanliness is not a priority for many. Fleas, lice, and other parasites are ubiquitous. They infest clothing, bedding, and bodies. Dental hygiene is virtually non-existent. Cavities, gum disease, and tooth loss are common. There are no dentists, only barber surgeons who might pull a tooth. Pain relief is minimal, often involving herbs or alcohol. Food safety is a major concern. Food spoils quickly in the heat, and refrigeration is unknown. Contaminated food and water lead to widespread illness. Famine is a recurring threat, especially for the poor. Crop failures or disruptions in trade can lead to starvation. Social inequality is stark. The vast majority of Romans are poor, struggling to survive, while a small elite enjoys immense wealth and privilege. Slavery is a fundamental part of Roman society. Slaves perform much of the labor, often in brutal conditions. They have no rights and are considered property. Justice is often harsh and arbitrary. The legal system favors the wealthy and powerful. Punishments are severe, including crucifixion and public execution. Education is a luxury. Only the children of the wealthy receive formal schooling. Most learn trades from their parents or through apprenticeships. Superstition and religion play a huge role in daily life. Romans worship a pantheon of gods and goddesses. Omens and prophecies are taken seriously. Public festivals and religious ceremonies are frequent. They offer a brief respite from the daily grind, but even these events can be dangerous. Crowds, stampedes, and violence are not uncommon. The Roman army is a powerful force. Military service is a path to citizenship and social mobility for some, but it is also incredibly dangerous with high casualties. Soldiers face brutal training, harsh conditions, and constant warfare. Life in ancient Rome is a constant struggle for survival. It is a world of disease, poverty, and violence. Your modern sensibilities would be a severe handicap. You would struggle with the lack of hygiene, the constant noise, and the pervasive smells. The food would be unfamiliar and often unappetizing. The social norms would be alien, and the dangers ever present. So, could you survive a day in ancient Rome? Probably not. Your comfortable modern life has ill-prepared you for its harsh realities. It is a testament to human resilience that anyone survived at all. And that is why you would not last a day in ancient Rome. Let us delve deeper into the Roman morning. As dawn breaks, the city awakens with a jolt. The narrow streets, often unpaved, become a chaotic river of humanity. Pedestrians jostle with donkeys, carts, and sedan chairs. The air is thick with the smell of wood smoke, unwashed bodies, and refuse. Open sewers run alongside the roads, carrying waste directly into the Tiber River. Flies buzz everywhere, attracted to the filth. Your journey to the public latrine is an obstacle course. You dodge discarded food, animal droppings, and the occasional human vomit. There are no streetlights, so you navigate by the faint glow of oil lamps from shops. Once at the latrine, the experience is hardly better. The communal nature means no privacy, no personal space. Conversations are held, business deals struck, all while performing bodily functions. The tersorium the shared sponge on a stick, is a breeding ground for bacteria. Despite the flowing water, it is never truly clean. Many Romans suffered from intestinal parasites and dysentery. After the latrine, you might visit a public fountain. This is where you collect water for drinking and cooking. The aqueducts brought fresh water from distant springs, but the distribution system was not always perfect. Lead pipes were common, slowly poisoning the population. Symptoms of lead poisoning include fatigue, abdominal pain, and cognitive issues. These would have been common ailments, often misdiagnosed. Your breakfast, if you can call it that, is a quick bite. Most Romans ate only 2 meals a day, a light breakfast and a main dinner. The bread is coarse, made from emmer, wheat, or barley. It is often hard and stale, requiring soaking in liquid. Olive oil is a staple, providing essential fats and calories. Olives, figs, and dates are common additions, if available. Meat is a luxury, consumed rarely by the poor. Even eggs are not a daily occurrence. Your diet is monotonous, lacking in variety and essential nutrients. Malnutrition is widespread, leading to weakened immune systems. This makes you more susceptible to disease. After breakfast, the workday truly begins. For the vast majority, this means manual labor. If you are a farmer, you head to the fields outside the city walls. You toil under the Roman sun, using simple tools. The work is relentless, from dawn until dusk. During harvest season, your body aches constantly from the physical strain. There are no breaks, no holidays, just endless toil. If you are a laborer in the city, you might work on construction sites. Rome is constantly building, expanding, and repairing. You carry heavy stones, mix mortar, and dig foundations. The dust and debris fill your lungs. Accidents are frequent, and a broken bone can mean destitution. There is no workers' compensation, no safety net. If you are a woman, your day is equally demanding, even if you do not work in the fields. Household chores are endless. You grind grain, bake bread, spin wool, and weave cloth. Water must be fetched from the public fountain, often multiple times a day. Children are cared for, often with little help. Childbirth is a perilous event, with high mortality rates for both mother and child. Many women die in childbirth, leaving families devastated. Children, from a very young age, are expected to contribute. They help with chores, run errands, and learn trades. Playtime is a luxury, formal education a distant dream. Their small hands are put to work, their bodies growing tired. By midday, the Roman sun beats down relentlessly. The heat is oppressive, especially in the crowded city. There is no air conditioning, no escape from the stifling warmth. Many Romans seek refuge in the shade or take a brief siesta, but for the working class, there is little respite. You continue your labor, sweat stinging your eyes. Lunch is a quick affair, often eaten on the go. It is another simple meal, designed to provide energy for the afternoon. Perhaps a piece of bread with some cheese or dried fruit. Then it is back to the grind until the late afternoon. The public baths are a central part of Roman life. They are not just for bathing, but for socializing, exercising, and relaxing. However, for the average Roman, they are also crowded and noisy. The air is humid, filled with steam, and the chatter of hundreds of people. You move through the frigidarium, tepidarium, and caldarium. These are the cold, warm, and hot rooms, respectively. In the caldarium, you sweat profusely, opening your pores. Then you use a strigil to scrape off dirt and oil. This process is effective, but the shared water and close quarters pose risks. Skin infections, fungal diseases, and parasites are common. Despite the baths, overall hygiene is poor by modern standards. Soap, as we know it, does not exist. Romans used oils and perfumes to cleanse and mask odors. Dental hygiene is almost non-existent. Tooth decay is rampant, leading to constant pain and infection. Barber surgeons perform crude extractions, often without anesthesia. Many Romans lose most of their teeth by middle age. Bad breath is pervasive, a natural consequence of poor oral health. After the baths, you might seek entertainment. The gladiatorial games are a brutal spectacle. Thousands flock to the Colosseum to witness combat to the death. The roar of the crowd, the clash of steel, the smell of blood. It is a visceral experience, designed to thrill and distract. Chariot races in the Circus Maximus are equally popular. The speed, the danger, the crashes, all contribute to the excitement. These events are a form of social control, keeping the masses content. They are a reminder of the power of the emperor. For the poor, these spectacles are often free, a rare luxury. As evening approaches, the city transforms. The wealthy retire to their lavish homes for elaborate dinners, but you return to your cramped insula. The smell of cooking fires fills the air, mingling with other odors. Your dinner is simple: another bowl of pottage or bread, perhaps some vegetables, if you can afford them. Meat is still a dream, a distant fantasy. Night brings new dangers to the Roman streets. Without streetlights, the city is plunged into darkness. Criminals lurk in the shadows, preying on the unwary. Robbery, assault, and murder are common occurrences. Watchmen patrol, but they are few and often ineffective. Fires are a constant threat in the densely packed insulae. Wooden structures, open flames, and close proximity create a tinderbox. Once a fire starts, it spreads rapidly, consuming entire blocks. Escape is difficult, and many perish in the flames. Sleep offers little respite from the harsh realities. The noise from the streets penetrates your thin walls. Mosquitoes and other insects buzz around you. Fleas and lice are constant companions, causing incessant itching. Disease is ever present, a silent killer. Typhoid, malaria, smallpox, and tuberculosis are rampant. Without modern medicine, even a simple infection can be fatal. Life expectancy is shockingly low. Only a privileged few live to old age. Most Romans die young, their lives cut short by illness or accident. Child mortality is particularly devastating. Many children do not survive past their 5th birthday. Their deaths are a common, heartbreaking reality. Sanitation, despite the aqueducts, is a major problem. The public sewers are often clogged, overflowing into the streets. Waste disposal is inadequate, leading to piles of refuse. This creates a perfect breeding ground for disease-carrying pests. Food safety is another critical issue. Food spoils quickly in the warm climate, without refrigeration. Contaminated food leads to widespread outbreaks of illness. There are no regulations, no inspections, no consumer protection. Famine is a recurring threat, especially for the urban poor. Disruptions in grain supply can lead to widespread starvation. Emperors often distribute free grain to prevent riots, but this is a temporary solution, not a permanent fix. Social inequality is deeply ingrained in Roman society. The gap between rich and poor is immense. The wealthy live in opulent villas, with slaves attending to their every need. The poor struggle daily for survival, living hand-to-mouth. Slavery is a cornerstone of the Roman economy. Slaves are property, bought and sold like livestock. They perform all manner of tasks, from manual labor to intellectual pursuits. Their lives are often brutal, subject to the whims of their masters. Rebellions are rare, but brutally suppressed. Justice is often swift and harsh. The legal system is complex, but favors the powerful for the poor. Justice is often arbitrary and unfair. Punishments are severe, designed to deter crime. Crucifixion is reserved for slaves and the lowest classes. Education is a privilege, not a right. Only the children of the elite receive formal schooling. They learn Greek and Latin, rhetoric, and philosophy. Most children learn practical skills from their parents. Their future is determined by their birth, not their intellect. Religion permeates every aspect of Roman life. Gods and goddesses are worshipped with elaborate rituals. Omens are observed, sacrifices made, and prayers offered. Public festivals are frequent, celebrating various deities. These events provide a sense of community and shared identity, but they also reinforce the social hierarchy. The Roman army is a formidable force, maintaining order. Military service offers a path to citizenship for some provincials, but it is a life of hardship, discipline, and constant danger. Soldiers spend years away from home, fighting on distant frontiers. They face brutal combat, disease, and harsh conditions. Life in ancient Rome is a constant battle against the elements. It is a struggle against disease, poverty, and violence. Your modern comforts and expectations would be shattered. The lack of hygiene would be revolting, the smells overwhelming. The constant noise and crowds would be exhausting. The food would be bland, the water questionable. The ever-present threat of illness and death would be terrifying. So, could you truly survive a day in ancient Rome? It is highly unlikely. Your pampered modern existence has not prepared you for such a world. It is a testament to the resilience of the Roman people that they endured. And that is precisely why you would not last a day in ancient Rome.